Doug, let me first start with you, because you recently released a book, Touchpoints, if you guys haven't heard about it, How Ordinary Interactions Become Extraordinary Leadership Moments. What's the strategy behind Touchpoints, and how have you used that in your career to create more effective leadership in this space?
The CEO really needs to lead and walk the talk, lead by example, and everybody's watching every minute. And my observation has been that ultimately it's about how you behave in all those interactions that defines your reputation as a leader. We've got to migrate from this notion of just being accountable to shareholders, but being accountable to stakeholders. Our job is a 360-degree accountability job. And primarily within the four walls of our company, we have to be showing up in a way that says we are committed to this journey around sustained value and shared value, and we have to bring it to life every moment. And the only way you can do that is if you're all in on it.
I tell people it's all about three things. It's about growth, it's about purpose, and it's about passion. Everything is about growth. If you don't have the growth, you obviously aren't going to be able to be expansive and do a lot of the things you want to do. Purpose is, becomes the second and the most important one. And it's the guidepost by which you are going to achieve that growth. And passion is the energy that you then bring to everything that you do.
Explain to me, from the point of view of a CEO, why is it that it is essential to spend time engaging the community in what it is that you're doing and investing back in that community so they feel that you are a corporate citizen?
First of all, I think the role of the CEO is to create a framework for your employees to be able to engage in this work before you get to the consumer. In our case, it has to be a stated corporate strategy. I think you have to make an overt commitment to it. You have to create a framework so your employees think about building a better world while they think about building a better company. And we've created that kind of a model. And then I think you have to actually create a structure so that you can channel all the energy internally. When you deal with consumers externally, it's not complicated. It's not hard for our employees to get excited about serving our consumers in compelling ways. The key is that we have to listen to them.
Terry, in the 5 years you've sat in this position, have you seen a bigger sea change in corporations defining what it is they want to give back to because it more clearly identifies with either their core consumer or the products that they're creating, selling, making, etc.?
Oh, it sure has. I think you're bringing up a very good word, and it's focus. The focus comes when you start getting into the strategic, but the holistic part is where you get the employees involved in the part. We're not going to do it unless our own people are going to get involved and do it. So I think you've got to narrow the field and bring some focus, to all of that. But then the engagement.
I'm finding that the role of the CSR component is not just important in terms of what you're displaying back to your consumers or your business partners, but it's also meant to be a green line. It's meant to be a revenue generator. So that there's a combination of, if you can give back and make money and be successful doing it, it's a more successful long-term strategy or model.
Well, it's sustainable. The notion is it's sustainable, and it's also you're leveraging what you do well. I mean, we can create better soups, and we can do that better than anyone else. Or better goldfish crackers by removing trans fatty acids and making them whole grain. Or better V8 vegetable juice by lowering sodium levels. But it's not just about the money, but that's the sustainable model. And that's what we know how to do. I mean, so we're just leveraging our skills to help advance issues that are concerns to consumers. And by the way, it also works for us. I've chosen to go out with something we call the Campbell Success Model that talks about, and we report on it in our annual report every year, about employee engagement being foundational, then about total shareowner returns, which is performance in the winning in the marketplace, and then we talk about winning with the community and building a better world, doing all of that with integrity. And we have that conversation with the investor community. And you know, obviously they're focused on total shareowner returns, return on invested capital, and how you did the last quarter. But we consistently talk about it in a holistic way. And I think we have to kind of champion that conversation as we go forward.